Hey, what's up? Hello. Welcome to the Purvis Ellison episode of Hack a Chat, the NBA's first podcast featuring a man who hates bacon. That's me. I'm Chuck P, and with me is the coach of the Pistons, Dan Gundy. It was a double. I doubled it up. Dan, what are we going to do?
We are here to talk some hoops and tell you what happened to Harold Miner.
Behind the MacBook, we have the king of our chords, Gyro.
It's nice to be here.
Glad you showed up. Glad we could be here for a smaller episode, bonus episode. Here we go. We're going to do all-star stuff. We're going to talk about who we think should be in the game. We're going to talk about our draft for the Rising Stars game. We've already done our draft for the actual all-star game. We're going to do the Rising Stars one. But before we do that, I want to remind you guys to check out iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, all that stuff. Subscribe, rate, review. It's going to be awesome. Check us out on Twitter. Our giveaway for our Tristan Thompson poster, this guy, still going on. Still going on from our last episode. So make sure you find us on iTunes, hack_chat, and like that video and like this video if you want. Subscribe, whatever. I also have to ask a question, Dan.
Yes.
What did I see just a moment ago?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I want to see this.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't know what anybody's talking about.
Just don't know why it is.
My goal was to get you to break before we started, and you kept it together. So nicely done.
I was giggling. There was some
you were
giggles.
giggling. There was giggles.
Keep it together.
Yeah, Gyro said I failed. Gyro. That looks like the bird from Finding Dory. What's it, Becky? Do you remember? Have you seen that one?
I thought it was the one from Moana.
I haven't seen Moana, so obviously
they're very similar birds.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you not seen these Disney animated children's movies, Dan? You have a beard.
Not yet.
I do.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you're allowed into some of those movies, to be honest.
I know. That's exactly right. No. Yeah, that's probably why they saw me. I tried to buy my ticket, and they're like, sorry, you're out, sir. We can't allow you in. There's pictures of you all over the theater. It's like, I know, I'm not even here, but there is.
Real story. The three of us once went to a movie. We were going to go see 22 Jump Street. And when we were there buying our tickets, we saw a poster for How to Train Your Dragon 2. And as three adult men, we went, you know what? Let's see that instead.
Happened.
Exactly.
We saw How to Train Your Dragon 2 instead.
Happened.
It was a good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think we made the right decision.
Chairs. I remember the reclining chairs.
Oh, man, those are the bomb.
Good movie.
Well, this is enough movie talk. How about we get to some basketball talk, shall we?
Let's do it.
And here we go.
Now, we do have a couple of invites already gotten out for some of these events as to who might be competing in some of these. And we know that CJ McCollum is going to be in the three-point contest. We know that Aaron Gordon's going back into the dunk contest. But we have a couple picks of our own. There's a few big events that happen. We're going to take 4 of them and tell you who we think should be competing in these events. Dan, you got yours ready? Are you ready to go?
I have mine ready.
All right, let's start with the thing that kicks off the weekend, the celebrity game. I always watch the celebrity game, even though most of the time it's not amazing. I still eat it up. I like it anyways. It doesn't matter. Dan, who is one guy you would like to see playing in the Celebrity All-Star game?
Well, I recently rewatched the movie There Will Be Blood and just absolutely loved Daniel Day-Lewis's performance in that role. He's a method actor. He takes these roles very seriously, and I think he would approach the game the same way. So I'm going to pick, I would really like to see Daniel Day-Lewis in a method acting role playing in the NBA All-Star Game celebrity game.
Well, you know, he was Abraham Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln was the tallest president. So there you go.
Maybe even wear the top hat during the game.
Keeping to the theme, you know, we've had Arnie Duncan, the Secretary of the Education, playing in this All-Star game. And we've heard over and over and over again how Obama is this great basketball player.
That's what we hear.
You're retired now, bud. You got nothing but time. Barack Obama, come on in. Time to play the All-Star game. Put your money where your mouth is.
Let's
I'd love to see that,
bro.
Yeah.
Don't call him that now.
Guy.
He's not the president anymore.
Just call him. No, there's no R. It's just B. Barack Obama. It's B-O. Bo, not bro.
Got it.
Yeah, I didn't want you to get confused.
Bo?
Love to see Barack Obama playing. Again, we've heard about this forever. It's sad. You know what? This is probably the saddest part of this entire this regime change is the fact that we have a football president instead of a basketball president.
True.
That's probably the thing that's upset me the most.
Yes, but what's good news is we still have a sports president, so we'll take that, right?
We do. Who else would you like to see playing in the celebrity game, Dan?
So my second pick is a little more of a legitimate pick. I would like to see Danny Cannell of Russillo and Cannell play in the game, mainly because I would love to see that whole radio show or the rest of that staff make fun of Danny after the game and then for the rest of their time on the air together, because Russillo still talks about his celebrity like beach bowl stuff.
Right.
And that was years ago. I could only imagine if the two of them stayed together as a radio show, how many times they would reference Danny Cannell's performance in the Celebrity All-Star Game.
Love it. I think that's a wonderful pick.
Yeah, you have a very interesting pick next. I would love to hear about this.
Actually, one of our very first, I think it was our very first episode, we had a discussion about in the celebrity game, there being WNBA players. And I talked about how it delegitimizes them. They're amazing athletes. They're incredible at their craft. They are literally the best women's basketball players in the world, and they're sharing the floor with Nick Cannon. And I think that is just an insult to them. So in the celebrity game, I want to see no WNBA players. I want to see, put them as coaches. And it's not that a problem I have with females playing basketball. Like, obviously they're amazing, but they're too good for this.
They're professional basketball players.
Yeah, exactly. We shouldn't be putting them down at the same level as Kevin Hart and Justin Bieber. They're not.
I mean, I understand the concept. Like, keep them, like, if they're involved in this, then a different audience is going to, like, see them play, like, oh, actually, they are really great at basketball.
Right.
And maybe catch on to watching the games more. But, yes, it completely just it's just very condescending to them as basketball. Yes. Hey, will you go hang out with these celebrities who have no idea how to play, but yet you are one of the best basketball players on the planet? Yeah, thanks for inviting me to do that. Also, side note, saw Elena Delle Donne at a Cubs game this year.
Really?
Very tall. Yeah.
Yes.
She was just traded from Chicago, so things in Chicago are a little down now because we don't have the best basketball player on the planet playing women's basketball player on the planet playing in Chicago anymore. Kind of a bummer.
Makes sense. I understand. Yeah. One of the other events that happens, we're going to move on to that the skills weekend or the Saturday night, the NBA All-Star Saturday night. It starts off with the skills challenge. Now, this is, you see players bobbing and weaving, going in and out, making passes, having to make shots. They've done it in all sorts of different methods where it's one guy and you do times, or two people do it on the same, whatever. We have different guys. They had the bigs versus the smalls last year, which kind of got me thinking, why not Joel Embiid?
Absolutely.
He'd be amazing.
Great choice.
I pretty much Joel Embiid this entire weekend. Like, the fact that he's not in the actual All-Star game, sad, disappointing. But he is clearly the next, like, media, or not necessarily media, but like fan darling.
Yeah.
Let's put him in as many things as we can. I think he'd be pretty good.
So my guess, 2 years of not playing in the league while being, injured, rehabbing, I bet he did this stuff. I bet he did the skills challenge, just hanging out at the 76ers arena. Hey, Joel, you want to set up the skills challenge? Yeah, whatever, let's do it. I bet he would be a pro. So I went in a similar route as the bigs go, but I went more of the comedic bigs. I think it would be hilarious to see Roy Hibbert try to maneuver his way through the skills challenge obstacle course of the ball handling and the knocking down the three-point shot and the making the pass into the basket correctly and then sprinting full court to make a layup. I think that would be just great television. So I would like to see Roy Hibbert in the skills contest. I would also like to see Jonas Valanciunas. Hey, we've got the Raptors as one of the top teams in the league. Let's get some more of their guys down at All-Star Weekend.
Why not?
Let's get Jonas in here. Let's have him doing some of the skills challenge stuff. I think it'd be really fun. I think it'd be a fun thing for the league to do some of the non-traditional skills type guys in some of these challenges. I think it'd be fun.
Well, and I went straight up classic skills challenge guy.
You
I
sure
went
did.
Jamal Crawford.
Hey, it makes sense.
I don't know if he's been in it before, but he should be. He's
Absolutely.
an incredible ball handler.
Yep.
Maybe not the best on the passes, but he's going to be fast as heck. He's going to weave in and out of those things real quick. Love to see Jamal Crawford playing in that. Who was it last year? Karl-Anthony Towns.
He did great.
Won. Yeah, and then the year before that was like Patrick Beverly. You never know who's going to win these things. It's going to be great.
But the thing I know that Jamal Crawford would not struggle with is the shooting aspect of that. Not at all, because you knock down a three, you're in. You keep moving. Speaking of guys that don't struggle knocking down the three, Chuck, who would you like to see in the 3-point contest this year?
Kyle Lowry has been an amazing 3-point shooter. For times he was better than some of the best we've had in the league. He's at a better percentage than Curry and Clay. I'd love to see Kyle Lowry in there, just standing up with the rest of them. He has a legitimate chance.
He does, and he's having a career year shooting the three,
and
it would make sense. The thing that he would do well is the way the baskets are set up, or the way the bins are set up. He pulls it from the left. He can pull from the left to shoot, and he kind of pulls from that left hip pocket when he goes into his jump shot. He's like made for the 3-point contest. I bet he'd do incredibly well.
Well, and those guys, that's like the big thing. Some guys go to the wrong side of the rack, which I think is you got to be smarter than that. You got to know where on the rack to be. But whatever.
Yeah.
Who are you putting in the 3-point contest, Dan?
So you had mentioned this guy a little earlier. I think this weekend should be about how do we hoist up some of these young guys as much as possible. And I think one of those guys that could be the future face of the league is Joel Embiid.
Done.
And I think it would be really fun to see some bigs in this contest, but legitimate bigs that could actually make some noise in it. I think Joel Embiid is one of those guys. I think he has a really fluid stroke. He spent a lot of time shooting set shots while he was injured. I think he's probably done this at times during the last 2 years and kind of just practiced it. I feel like he would be a very seasoned guy to do something like this. And again, it just lifts up another young guy who could take the torch as the face of the league here in a couple of years. So,
and speaking of young guys that we love, who's your next pick, Dan?
Oh my gosh, this is my favorite pick of all time because I think Kristaps Porzingis would be an incredible choice in this.
Absolutely.
You have another 7-footer that can stroke the three. And I think it'd be really fun to see how quickly these guys can get these shots off. And just having 7-footers do this as opposed to the guards that they were accustomed to would be something different and something cool. And just another young guy. Let's keep hoisting some of these young guys up and watching them perform.
Yeah, well, we really love Kristaps in these. We really love Kristaps in there it is.
There we go.
We got it. Gyro was ready for it, and then we went past it, and then we went back. Let's hear it again, just for fun. Thank you. Speaking of young guys that we need to lift up, this guy doesn't need to be lifted up. He can get up himself. Zach LaVine is an amazing dunker, but he's an amazing basketball player.
True.
And a lot of people have just seen him in these slam dunk contests and just think, oh, he's a cool dunker, and that's all he does. No, he has a lot more to offer than that, which is why I think you should go in the 3-point contest. He's shooting over 40%, and it just shows off more of his skills. Gets a little bit more attention on the fact that he is a good player, not a good dunker. Also, off the list, I should have put, and I'm disappointed I didn't, Seth Curry. It would have been really cool to see Steph and Seth playing. They're both shooting really well. It would have been awesome. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
That'd be cool. I think we should. What if they did like a teammate thing, like you and you versus you and you? Like we had like the brothers Curry versus I don't know who else we could have as teammates in it. But you do team and they shoot at the same time, both ends of the floor, total, and you keep moving on. So like you could have the Curry brothers as a team. You could have the Timberwolves with Wiggins and LaVine as a team. You have John Wall, Brad Beal as a team. It's just opposite ends shooting threes. highest score kind of keeps moving on as just another wrinkle they could add to some of the fun stuff they do at All-Star Weekend.
That'd be fun. Although I don't know if we should mess with the 3-point contest. I think it's perfect.
Oh, I love the 3-point contest.
I
think it'd be fun just to add another little wrinkle.
Well, they did like that Rising Stars shooting whatever, and
they had like the 3-person thing where it's like a rising star, a veteran, and a WNBA player.
Yeah.
Or it was like a veteran.
Yeah, it was a veteran, a legend, and a WNBA player.
That's right.
And it was most of the time like from the same city, and then it was like, oh, okay, the people from the same city is not necessarily working. Let's try something else. And so, but yeah.
The reason I bring it up, I think the game is moving more toward, hey, I'm really excited watching these guys shoot threes. Let's get more opportunities for guys to shoot threes.
Right.
At All-Star Weekend. That's the only reason I was thinking something like that.
I like it. I had my pick for Zach LaVine. He is not competing in the slam dunk contest this year.
Right.
Who do we think should take his place, Dan?
I am sticking with a guy I just mentioned a couple minutes ago, a teammate of Zach LaVine's. I'm going with Andrew Wiggins.
Jang. Oh,
yes. Shoot.
Thought you were going with Gorgie
Nikola
Jang.
Pekovic. No, sorry, not him.
No, Nikola Pekovic is off being a Russian mobster somewhere.
Yeah.
That man is terrifying.
He is a monster human being.
Anyways.
He will probably on Game of Thrones next season.
Oh, probably. Anyways, Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins is my guy. His high school dunk compilation is just something that's outrageous. The athleticism is so crazy. My guess is that he and LaVine probably practiced against each other a lot of the time in Minnesota together when they were getting him ready for the dunk contest. So I bet Andrew Wiggins has got a couple things up his sleeve that are pretty darn amazing. So I'm going to go with Andrew Wiggins as a guy I would really love to see this year.
I love that contest. Pick. Well, speaking of guys that have amazing high school mixtapes, Derek Jones Jr.
My gosh.
Don't know if you guys are familiar with this man. He is an NBA D-leaguer. He is amazing. He plays for he's in the Suns organization, the Northern Arizona Suns. I have the NBA D-League app and all of the notifications. Once a week, I'm getting Derek Jones Jr. destroys so-and-so, whatever, in some game. This guy can get up. He's amazing. Go YouTube his mixtapes, his highlight packages. He's incredible. He's a floater.
There is nobody like him right now. Like, he just jumps and then keeps going up and then doesn't come down, and then he puts his whole body in the rim and then just jumps through the basket and lands. And it's like the most graceful thing that's ever happened.
It's incredible.
I was so excited. I was actually thinking about him when we were doing these, and you wrote his name. And I was like, no way that he actually wrote his name on the list.
Again, if you're a D-League guy, he's all over the place.
If you're even just like YouTube, I'm sure you've probably stumbled across him at some point. Like, wow, who's this guy? He's an amazing dunker.
Or I bet like House of Highlights or Bleacher Report is all over stuff like that too.
Exactly. Now, Chuck, I see that you have a second pick, another junior.
Another junior.
This is very interesting. I would love to hear your rationale for this one.
I saw, again, flipping through Instagram, I'm pretty sure it was Bleacher Report, put a bunch of highlights of Odell Beckham Jr. throwing down some dunks. Wouldn't that get headlines? Aren't people checking that out? If a guy cross sport goes and tries all these dunks, he was doing between the legs, he was going behind his back, like, it looked pretty good.
Pretty legitimate dunks.
Now, he wasn't getting like Aaron Gordon height. He wasn't getting Zach LaVine. But hey, look, not everyone in the dunk contest can be a winner. No. You got to have some, fun thrown in there. And he'd just be a fun guy to have in there. I think it'd be great.
I completely agree with it. I think it'd be fun. I think people would like it. And you get the two major sports kind of crossing paths here, which I think would be a cool thing. My second pick is someone who is not in the NBA.
No idea who you're talking about.
Not even in college yet. He is currently a high schooler. He is the number 2 junior in the nation. His name is Zion Williams. He is 6'7", 230 pounds, and he plays against small little kids in high school currently. And he dunks with so much power and ferocity. He's been on SportsCenter multiple times with people in these small high school gyms being like, wow, this guy's body is up above the rim and he's windmill dunking. I actually had a friend of mine who's down in South Carolina go to a game of his, and they're allowed to dunk in warm-up now. And some of the dunks he was doing in warm-ups were dunks that were worthy of the NBA dunk contest.
Wow.
So if you have not heard or seen any of Zion Williams' dunking ability, go look at it now. And I think as you were to look at it, you say, yeah, that guy looks like he should already be in the league, first of all. Second of all, yeah, he belongs. He belongs in this. I'm going Zion Williams as my sleeper pick as a guy who could show up and be a part of the dunk contest.
All right. I'm on board. I like it. Great picks.
There we go.
Jaira, are we ready to move on? Ready to hit our next thing?
Oh yeah, we are.
Awesome.
Yes.
Again, we've done our draft for the All-Star game. We did this draft last week for the All-Star game. We did it last year for all of these. It's pretty simple. Dan and I will go back and forth making picks. We will tally up for each player that we have, tally up their points, rebounds, and assists, and those total numbers will determine a winner. To see who goes first, we will play our signature name game, so you can get it. Dan had the first pick in our All-Star game draft. Hopefully, I can get it this time.
Thank
Before
goodness,
we
Joe.
do that, we have to tell our team names. We had some weirdo team names last time, and like always, I've already forgotten my team name.
Oh, do you want me to say it for you?
Yeah, Dover, if you could.
The number 3 hats.
Oh yeah, the number 3 hat. I'm the number three hat because I
Very
like Chance
nice.
the Rapper.
And
Forgot about
Dan?
that. Dan,
I am the Young Buns.
the Young Buns.
Young Buns.
Kind of like the Young Bucks,
Buns.
but a little bit more awkward.
Exactly.
Love it. All right.
So moving on. All right.
Name game. Here we
Name
go.
game.
All-Star Draft. Rising Stars Challenge Draft. Here we have the
Here we
name
go.
game. Hit it, Gyro.
Nickname is Groundhog Day.
Oh, gosh.
I'm so excited this is a real NBA nickname. I don't even know
Well,
this one.
it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's so notable from the Groundhog Day that recently passed.
It is.
Yeah, it is. And I watched it.
Yeah.
I have a guess. I have no idea if I'm even close, but
This
I have
is
a
the
guess.
worst day ever.
Are we ready?
Go for it.
3, 2, 1.
Iman
Reggie
Shumpert.
Evans.
No.
Is this an active player?
No.
Oh.
That's
okay.
why I picked Reggie Evans. I don't think he's active.
My bad. Okay. Can I get another guess since
Sure. I'll
Okay,
give you
thanks.
another guess.
Reggie Miller?
No.
Okay. Keep going.
This center and power forward has an impressive 15 All-Star bids and 2 MVPs.
Okay, I have it.
Okay, I have mine too.
3, 2, 1.
Tim
Charles
Duncan.
Barkley.
Charlie, you got it.
Woo!
Nice.
Was he born on February 2nd?
I have
that his
no
birthday?
idea.
I don't know. I'm going to look. Tim.
No, it
Duncan?
says that he is 40 and 282 days old, so that would
April
not be-
25th.
That's not it.
So why is he named Groundhog Day?
His other name is Old Man Riverwalk.
That's amazing.
Well, that one I would have gotten
Yeah,
because
that's
the
why
Riverwalk
I
San
didn't
Antonio.
use that one, so I used Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
Is it just because every game it looks like the game before it? I don't know.
I-
Anyways, I have the first pick
Yeah.
Sure do.
and very excited. I'm also torn because there were 3 guys I was going to go between, but at least I'll get 2 of them. So that's fun. I'm going to go with a guy who I think is just going to start showing off, Joel Embiid.
I like it. He is off the board. I'm going to go with a guy who led me to victory. Didn't lead me to victory, but did very well for me last year. I'm going D'Angelo Russell.
I think that was the biggest mistake you've ever made because I'm going Karl Towns.
So you're going to take Karl Towns. And I'm going to go with a guy who is
Don't
my
do it.
favorite guy,
Don't do it.
Gyro. Get it ready.
Gyro, get it ready.
I'm going to go with Kristaps Porzingis.
Okay, that's
Got
fine
him.
with me. I'm all right with that. I'm going with who you should have taken and who is probably going to be the MVP of this game just because I feel like he wants to show everybody what he's made of. Going Devin Booker.
Devin Booker, great choice.
Thanks, Dad.
So then now I'm going to transition to another guy who I think is going to be like, hey, I want to show everybody what I'm made of. I'm going to go Jonathan Simmons.
You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous because who you should have taken was the guy I'm going to take. Honestly, Dan, I think your pick was a Nikola Jokic. It was a joke itch.
Great pick.
And I'm going with Nikola Jokic. There it is.
Great pick.
Nikola.
Another guy that did incredibly well for me in this game a year ago.
Don't do it.
Emmanuel Mudiay. I'm going Emmanuel Mudiay.
Emmanuel Mudiay can drop dead. No, that was too far. But
yeah, that was not very nice.
Not interested. Not interested. Guy who I talked about on the last podcast, really, really like him, Malcolm Brogdon.
You can't even say his name correctly. It's Brogdon, bro.
It's Brogdon.
Not Don.
Is it Karis LeVert?
It is
LeVert.
I'm gonna go
Brogdon
with.
Don't do it. Don't.
I'm gonna keep it flowing with some of the scoring. I'm gonna go Jamal Murray.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh.
And I'm gonna get the Nuggets backcourt on my team.
That's okay. I'm going with my rookie of the year pick, Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield off the board. A guy who can do a little inside, do a little outside. I'm going Miles Turner.
Ooh.
All-star game shooter.
Ooh. I don't know. I also have another, I think he's going to go last pick.
Yeah, me too.
But here's the problem. It's like three guys. This is marked incorrectly. I'm going to go Trey Lyles.
Ooh, I like that one. That was actually going to be my next choice, which is kind of a bummer, so that I will transition to Brandon Ingram as my choice.
That was a good pick.
So it's a value pick. That's late for him.
Yep. Marquise Chris.
Ooh, the dunker. He's going to catch a lot of alley-oops in this one.
Absolutely.
Lots of dunks from him. I'm going to keep the shooters going. I'm going with Dario. I got to have one of these young 76ers guys on my team.
All right. Well, I got news. I'm not going to pick the other one, who's still left on the board. Left on the board, we still have Dante Exum, Domantas Sabonis, Frank Kaminsky, and Jahlil Okafor.
Not exactly our favorite guys left.
Very true. Shoot. I don't know. This one I'm stuck on. I may wait to the buzzer and just see what name comes out of my mouth when I hear it. I think I'm going to do that. I think that's what I'm going to do.
What's the shot clock act over?
Where are we at? 5, 4, 3, 2. Domantas Sabonis.
Ooh, Sabonis off the board. I'm going to go Exum with my pick.
Okay. I am going to take a man who I share a birthday with. Day and year. Frank Kaminsky. The third. See? Charles Pryor the third. Frank Kaminsky the third. I'm liking it.
That means I get Jahlil Okafor.
You do. You do get Jahlil Okafor.
I think
Jahlil Okafor being the last pick in the draft.
I think you did better this one. I think you're better on this one.
Well, I did these. I put them in my per 36s.
Yep.
Because there's a bunch of guys who are not playing that much. I put all of these in order as to their per 36 minutes, adding up points, assists, and rebounds. And the top three are Jokic, Embiid, and Karl Towns. And so I made sure I got all those guys.
I went with the all-star game rule of the guards take the ball and shoot all the time.
Right.
So that's why I went Russell and Mudiay, making sure that those two guys were on my team, because last year they tore this game up. And it was kind of a springboard for Russell the second half of the year and for Mudiay. That's why I went those routes.
We got some pairs of teammates. You have Jahlil and Dario.
Yes.
And you have
Mudiay and Murray.
Yeah, Mudiay and Murray, excuse me. I have There it is. I have no, I don't. Can't read. Here we go. Marquise Chris and Devin Booker.
Yeah. Booker is going to be the MVP of this game. Really disappointed Julius Randle did not make it on the U.S. team for this.
Well,
I think he would have been like a perfect fit.
Isn't his third season?
Well, yeah, but this is like Jonathan Simmons' like 28th season because he's like 38 years old.
Well, yeah. Well, it's difficult to think of this as actually Julius Randle's third season because he had that one season where he got injured after the first game.
Correct.
But like that's still because he played in that year, it still counts.
Yeah.
And so this technically moves him out.
So that's why I feel like he should fit into this game.
Yeah, I agree. Well, and Jabari Parker, kind of the same. He played like 20 games, then broke all of his leg.
Right.
And so, but whatever. Can we get a rundown of the teams from Gyro?
Yes.
Yes. The number 3 hat has Joel Embiid, Karl Towns, Devin Booker, Nikola Jokic, Malcolm Brogdon, Buddy Hield, Trey Lyles, Marquise Chris, Domantas Sabonis, and Frank Kaminsky.
The third,
yes.
3 hat, Frank Kaminsky, the third.
Oh, nice connection.
I'm going to put that on my list.
It was an accident.
And the Young Buns have D'Angelo Russell, Kristaps Porzingis, Jonathan Simmons, Emmanuel Mudiay, Jamal Murray, Miles Turner, Brandon Ingram, Dario Saric, Dante Exum, and Jahlil Okafor.
Boom. When I hear it back, I don't love it.
That's how I felt with my All-Star team last year. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. The guy will get hot and he can pull the whole team. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Next week, we will be celebrating a full year of Hack-A-Chat. We've been doing this for an entire year.
365 days.
They haven't told us to leave yet. The internet
they didn't kick us out yet.
They didn't kick us out yet.
It'll be our Steph Curry episode.
Ooh.
Episode 30, right? Right? I don't know which way. I think the camera changes.
No. Wait.
Is this correct?
Wait, other way.
This way.
That's the way.
30.
That's the one.
Boom. So we'll be celebrating that. Make sure you check it out on our YouTube page. While you're there, subscribe, hit the up buttons. Make sure you do it on our last episode as well so you can enter into our contest to win this fabulous fathead of Tristan Thompson.
It's a great one.
There you go. Isn't that wonderful? Make sure you check out thegamehouse.com. That's Gamehouse, Haus. They have all sorts of amazing stuff. They are going crazy with esports. And coming up, they have a big esports tournament that they are hosting. Make sure you check that out. They're going to be all over the place with that. We're going to have so much coverage. We have amazing esports people that I wish I knew more about, but I don't. But that doesn't mean I don't love them. They've also starting their column on, their anti-gravity table building.
Yes, that's next. That's coming next.
Yep. As well as their Chinese checker league.
Hey, before we finish things up here, I feel like we left out the most important segment of the entire show.
No. Well, yeah. Oh, I think you're right.
We sure did.
Oh, shoot. Go ahead, Dan.
It is now time for everybody's favorite, the Roosters' favorite, all those people that are watching anti-gravity table building. It's your favorite time. It's my favorite time. It's Keeping Up with Kristaps. Chuck, you actually brought something to my attention this time that I'm just going to turn the reins over to you and let you drive the Kristaps bus. Take it away, Chuck P.
I'm pulling it up on my phone, but now that I realize I'm doing that, I don't think you'll be able to see stuff on my phone. So I'm just going to tell you. I found this on Instagram, and it's like a month old at this point, but I don't even care. Obviously, a little bit of a hockey fan. A couple years ago at the NHL All-Star Game, we had a very similar Zaza Pachulia type thing where everyone in the country of Latvia decided to get really into this Buffalo Sabres forward who's pretty mediocre in Jurgis Jurgensen. That's his real name. Latvian, whatever, hockey player. He came to a game that the Knicks were hosting and traded jerseys with Kristaps Porzingis.
Pretty
both
cool.
Latvians, both doing notable things in their sport. Jurgensen not nearly as much in the NHL because he was kind of a mediocre fan pick, but whatever. He got in. He was an all-star.
Okay.
And he played decently, but regardless, it was really cool to see, kind of the cross sports thing that we were talking about earlier. Both guys doing stuff well in their professionals, and both guys from their own culture coming together, making some friends, being all fun and friendly and stuff. And that was Keeping Up with Chris Stapps. Back to you, Chuck. Oh, gosh.
And I'm going
to... I got confused.
Back to you, Chuck.
Oh, thank you. How did I do?
It felt good.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
It was a really good one.
It was my first time. And I'm glad it was with Jürgen Jürgensen.
It was a really good way to do it.
You know what? I found that if you just mumble his name, it sounds correct.
He sounds like a Muppet.
Jürgen Jürgensen. Jürgen Jürgensen. Anyways, I was saying earlier, check out the Game House. Check out all their cool stuff. Check us out on Twitter, hack_chat. Check out Body Language EP from Kid Runner. They have our music beginning and the end, sometimes in the middle. They're awesome. Hey. And we're good.
No, we're not. All right. So you said on our last episode, hey, dunk contest stuff, All-Star.
Isaiah Ryder. You want to talk about Isaiah Ryder?
Yes.
He was one of the first guys to do underneath his legs, between his legs, and dunk it in. He was the first guy to do that.
He also, as a player, had a really cool shot where he was falling out of bounds and threw it behind his back.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Half court, and it went in. I'm going to say that to transition to Harold Miner talk, which we could possibly do.
We can't.
Really cool dunks where he cradled stuff and dunked it in the air.
Look,
this is like the perfect time to talk Harold Miner.
Well, next week it'll be our year, and we'll have to celebrate.
You're on to something.
Maybe we'll do something then.
I'll consider it a maybe.
That's about as maybe as you're gonna get.
I hope so.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Cool. Awesome. Fantastic. Make sure you guys. Thanks for coming. Be good to one another. Travel safe. You know the deal. Ball out.